they picking all they watch for. Let me tell you the truth. Mama, tell them we stop social distancing, now they keep passing. So make we all here, take precautions, take them up. No limba, enough have been mende.
Ado mi family. This na other edition of the program. Now we Tap Corona Na Salone. Na Radio Mount Aureol-CTN na Frabe College. Na Freetown. Join now with the radio station where they listen to so for bring come this program to you. And na Foundation Hirondelle na Switzerland. They battle this program with funding from the H2H Network Fund and the Danish Refuges Council. Inside we last program, we will focus on how to make mosques and church them safe for all man where they go worship God. For this edition, we will focus on why all man for wear face masks for help tap corona sickness na the country. Me now na presenter, Bintu Mansare. But first, make we listen to this jingle.
This mask business, I don't gaze with themselves. Now for police, the normal make a the wear am. Now he make safe, if they under me chin.
Not so. Not for police you the way you mask for. And sir, you mask no for the under your chin.
What do you mean by? Now you business?
Yes, now all man business. Well, body masters happy people don't talk say. When you the way you mask, and not for the under your chin. Then say you mask for always cover your nose and mouth. Because now so you go able to protect yourself and your neighbor them. According to Master Sabi well body people, when person gets the coronavirus sick and you wear a mask the proper way, then you self wear your own mask the proper way, the chance for getting sick is very small.
Okay, I go make sure say I dey wear my mask always where I dey go na public place. And step, I go stop for put on my pocket, bag and under my chin so that I no go get the coronavirus disease.
And make sure say, if not disposable mask you do wear, now for throw am one time where you pull am. And if not then other mask them, whether they make out of cotton or other material, now for the wash some fine every day for avoid other sickness.
This message they come out from Radio Mount Aureol-CTN at Frabe College, Freetown, in collaboration with Foundation Hirondelle na Switzerland, with funding from the H2H Network Fund and the Danish Refuges Council.
Welcome again to the program. For continue for know why the face mask very important and why we for the use them all time na public place, me company Mohamed Abu Conte, where they work na Radio Mount Aureol-CTN, been go talk to Harold Thomas, when are the risk communication pillar lead, na the National COVID-19 Emergency Response Center, NACOVAC.
Well, to me, the knowledge, a lot of everybody know, say, for wear face mask, they prevent people from COVID-19. But unfortunately, the attitudes and the practice, we get serious problem with that. People are not agree for wear face mask. According to my own assessment, because yesterday even I passed around Freetown, when they put checkpoints, society police and they check, you will see people in wear face mask. So then they buy the face mask they wear and ask them pass the checkpoints and pull them and put them in their pocket or then put them in their bag. And other people then they wear the mask, they always then at their chin, they always sometimes they then at their forehead or their anger on the inside. Then they wear the face mask properly. And if you wear face mask, your nose then do, your mouth then do, it's as good as let you not wear the face mask at all. And this week, every week we get what we call the big idea of the week. And the theme for this week, the big idea is everyone is someone's loved one. Wearing a face mask correctly helps protect us. What that they mean? Say, most people we get coronavirus, they get mild symptoms, and some they don't get symptoms at all. Now that they can call asymptomatic. So it's possible say if somebody there near you get this coronavirus, we not get symptom or you get mild symptom, you not gonna know. So it's important for wear the mask. Because while them people and then they feel fine, they're not sign they at them, they can spread it sick to other people. And some of them people and they will get the virus, some they can sick bad one and some can die. But some not they even know say it gets and say it well. So what's in the thing, if you go near that person we get the virus, we don't know say it get them. You know, it's very, very much dangerous because sometimes you get other sick, like then diabetes or hypertension, or you get a cough, or you get HIV. Now, if corona can inside it they make things worse. That person never can hear you, give you nothing no good one. But you, if you get them, sometimes you go die. You see, say 67 people and don't die so far. But not to 67 people and don't get them. Over 1,800 people they don't get them. You know, but you see now 67 people and die. That they show say some people in there, if they get them, they don't go survive. And you don't know if you're not the one where if you get them, you don't go survive. So that make it important. And you know, when person get corona, the one way they show sign, then they cough, then they sneeze. And you know, when people are now, government don't open some of the restrictions, and we say people can go church with precaution. So when they cough, or you they sneeze, or you they sing, or even you they talk, you they spray small liquid water them where they come away, you know they see with your eye. And then water them they where you then call them droplets. And they come out from your nose and they come out from your mouth. Now the virus they go. So the mask are the only thing we will help you. So when you wear face mask correctly, you know, over your mouth and your nose, it will help you for them small water then they will call droplets. So that way you don't go for other person, we go make you know the person sick.
Mr. Thomas, as you explain some of them things there, we look at the level of compliance and how people get for what you say then things there I want to talk to from the EOC. What you want to get for do in the area of security, unions of course they use the face masks. For us, you say we will end this sickness country. Yes,
we get the what we call the salmons, sticks and carrot approach. The salmons, which are they do so, and they talk to people them. They preach to people them for the hearing. But if they're not hearing, again sometimes then we can give reward. You know, that is we can give face masks to people them free. Like somebody just then at gate right now and say he can not get mask, they no allow him for the can say I don't send one mask again. That's not the carrot. But the stick approach, that is when you fail for do waiting for do, the law will hold you. And now anybody within inside public transport, including the driver, if you don't wear mask, then they fine you. And if you don't pay that fine, you're liable for even go jail. You see, and even if they work on a seat, you not get mask, government will make them fine you. The one day when they go to church or mosque or public place and safe, if they not comply, then we'll lock them place and day. So we not go one we get blanket closure of them garden or them restaurants or them church because one not go suffer for all man. So you where not comply, now you go suffer. You where you get your business or you get your bar, you get your restaurant or your place of worship, you will not do anything for do. Then the law will take in course.
Your leaders can get this perspective of denial perspective and other things. We hardly for take something by like see, if you don't put the law, for us you follow the law. Now one denial perspective, okay, guys. As EOC, what you don't try for do about this?
Yes, as NACOVAC, they talk to people and say this thing also area. They call them pandemic. That means to say it not the one world, no region, no country, no territory, not in the world. We not get at least a case of coronavirus. This they should say not to lie, not to myth, not to misconception, a true thing. And corona na enemy where you know they see. It's not like if they say a rat come, it will come bet you, or if some animal they come, you will see and this na virus. You know they see with your naked eye. So this is an invisible enemy where you know they see. So you get for do waiting with the health where body people and tell not for do. Now we all get for do. Because it's simple. Most people, according to the survey on the way they get coronavirus, the one the way they wear mask correctly, then how they get them.
That's now Harold Thomas, the risk communication pillar lead, now the National COVID-19 Emergency Response Center, NACOVAC. For support waiting Harold Thomas, now NACOVAC don't say about face masks. Dr. Waheed Hawoluga, now the Connaught Hospital, na Freeton, been talk to me workmate na Radio Mount Aureol-CTN, Musa Bari, say people them for the wear face masks all the time during this corona sick, especially when they outside, who side people them boku.
The reason why make Master Sabi people them can well body them tell you for the wear face mask, because the face mask try as much as possible for prevent the spread of this coronavirus disease the Pambogoma. Now, coronavirus disease is a disease where it is spread via respiratory droplets. What do we mean by respiratory droplets? Now, we person the cough, or we person the sneeze, and then small alpha water where they come out. And inside the virus can be, and the virus is able to last in the air for quite some time and be able to transmit to other person, or if they on other surfaces, able to transmit to other person. And this thing, if other person breathe them inside in your body, they get the virus. So we believe say we will use the face mask. We will try as much as possible for prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Now, of course, the mask then come in different types and different ways. You get the cloth one, and you get the one within they call the N95, with the one then within at the hospital then they use, and you get the surgical mask also. Now they get different ways and length by which they can protect a person from this coronavirus. Now when you wear the cloth mask in it limit the transmission such that if me now the one we get the virus while they cough, it try for reducer. But then they don't mean say it prevents for the person not get her. It don't mean say if person didn't do and he sneeze because person wear cloth mask, he not go able to get the virus. But what they do is that they limit the transmission from you self we get her from let it go to other person. That's the reason why they advise say if we all they wear the cloth mask, it prevents for low transmit the virus to other person. Unlike some people then we know they wear and the other company they wear. So we find for all man they wear the cloth mask such that it will limit the transmission from one person to the other. And we are the healthcare workers. It's important if we wear the one then we are that N95, they also help for protection. Where they see patient or where they do some procedures then where they cause the transmission of this virus.
So how these cloth masks or face masks?
Now the cloth masks, the way then they prevent for spread the virus, because the research we don't show say the size of this virus, the particle, is small enough to also pass through where you lay the cloth mask or the face mask. The size of the space with the in between the material we then use for make the face mask, it adds for let the virus let it pass through. More especially, we person they sneeze with force, or person they sneeze at a distance. If somebody sneezes at a distance and they wear the regular face mask with the healthcare workers then they use, he had for let the virus let it come in to the person for let it penetrate the person and come armor. And the cloth marks on ion, it prevents you will get her from let the when you sneeze, now some people go push on to yourself such that you not get reason for go out, and at the end of the day it limit the spread of that infection. Not to say they kill virus or they do any special thing, but at least what we realize is that if we able to limit the spread of this infection, yeah, so it done quick. Because when you see I get something and I'm not sure if naive or not, or I sneeze or I cough, and now use something like this cloth mask or the face mask, it help me for prevent from last spread to other person. And if we all wear the face mask, we maybe sometimes we dey inside motor car, we will not say we're not able to practice social distancing, because social distancing is really hard for low practice. Now we own kind of setting. So the moment we're not able to do that, it's fine for low they wear the cloth mask or the face mask. So when we wear this, it will try for limit the spread of the virus.
That's Dr. Wahid Awoluga, na the Connaught Hospital na Freetown. From Freetown, I dey go na Cambia, who say well body master sabi people themselves they face challenge where in campaign the use of face masks na public place. James Abraham Sowa, where they work na Radio Colenten na Cambia, been talk to the resident minister for Northwest, where same way so na the COVID-19 regional coordinator for that region day, Aja Abdullahi Kamara. He explain wetin them don they do for fight the corona sickness and say for ensure say people them use face masks na public place them.
Relatively, if we take me 3 regions combined the statistics of COVID victims the way we get, we will see say Namina region and we get the least in terms of total amount of people that we don't contact the disease.
Why?
The reason being that now the collaborative effort of me and my team, where we put together the task forces, then the DACOVAC surveillance team, everybody we are part and parcel of DACOVAC and the security people. We try for us to say we work as a team or put modalities in place for us make sure see this security no go come Bokuna we region and you know go scatter. We continue for the negative feedback there from Sierra Leone.
Honorable, how best do they actually ensure, say, the utility chief districts within a region that ensure, say, the new regulation, i.e., face masks, what's another precaution and measures, and they follow to the letter?
Well, as soon as they see, let we take per region. Karine gets 11 cases there. We are one of the region we last get. This corona because of somebody come off with after the lockdown. His Excellency the President announced the lockdown for open the roads then back. Somebody come out the way come, we bring can that problem be for Karine because other than that Karine before don't go zero as of I tell you so. And Karine we get 214 crossing points there. We almost border with Guinea. We see the kind influx of cases the way they come on at Guinea will be the facing a day, but we're able to keep and cool because of the kind measures the way we don't put in place together with the DHMT, the DACOVAC, all the people that we try to put modality in place, the paramount chiefs then they come. We all work as a team, we put up. So we can get this case now. We come up with come now Karine. We feel them because we don't be bravo to we for say Karine before don't be at the district we not get corona. You look at Cambia as I tell you we get about 30 cases there again. Then they don't show you get say Karine get 5 chiefdom the way before say now just waka for go Guinea and we insist in almost like a urban peripherism where the amount of people that we live now then borders in a boku, but at the end of the day we themselves then still get the cases them based on not only negligence but we try for curtail that in the end. One of the biggest cases we give you the highest number of victims. Then this case we come on a Mange na Potloko district where one woman came down where at least it can give about 20 or 22 cases then for more than the 20 more cases that we come on. Yeah. And that same case, then I go again at Potloko district, we go give that high number because the contact tracing was not done properly. The length of time we for do contact tracing being get issue, we able get the back about 60 something of that same person. That particular case, they already disturb the region for we go get that high cases and then Potloko district. But other than that, we for one day one of the districts that we before say. For the top say in average we for don't be less than 50 cases within the region. Wow. But if you look at the things the way we put in place, sincerely you will know for say now we first form the epicenter, now we first form the command center, now we first now we region, now we first begin put modalities in place, structure in place. We make sure say government steps look and for say well waiting the I don't do now being very good thing and then spill over. Yes, it then spill over now the other districts and I should say we now this region we try for do well because if you not away we try for do well. Potloko, Karine, Cambia for don't be the hottest spot of this sickness also because but we able to control them in such a way that we able to get this small amount of people that we get and I should say in total now we get the list. Where you average all the 16 districts there, we get the list.
Finally, Haja, schools and NPSC day on today, and you there around for monitor how the face masks using for the school picking and ensure them safe.
Now, very big progress and good results for we at the region. I start today now Potloko. I go several schools them. I get the pictures them. All the picking them get face masks. And I want to tell people them for say I know to know them about government. They come back in plan and so well that for let picking and go able for sila I not get pencil it broke and no way for shade they supply pencil them and sharpener to the picking them for let they make sure say no more things go well that way. We will see the social distancing we do each picking get seat and in that whole day the space day happy to say this kind of way we would gain 3 things out of this thing. The first thing we get where we see say all the picking them get the mask. Now their face don't show say if anyone depend themselves when I be asymptomatic, you know, we will give the disease to the next person. 2, we see and back say, in as much as them put in this, then the social distance with the picking and not of skin panel self, we no back for say, then they will for prevent them for say, let them not get. If there's somebody they win a case, you know, go to the other person there.
That's Aja Abdullahi Kamara, the Northwest Regional Coordinator for COVID-19. Let we relax now and take a short music break.
So many people know the land. If we the see with so many people, them just they die, yo. Why people know they take advice, yo? Let we come as one and pray. Oh, Daddy, save from Corona, please. If you don't save me, now who go save me? Who go help me? Oh, Daddy, save me from Corona, please. If you don't save me, now who go save me? Now who go help me? So we take advice, Mama, Papa, no, we take advice. Coronavirus, na sick way dangerous. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, hey, wash your hand with soap and water, and also use hand sanitizer, because Corona day, Corona real, and in the key. Hey, that's your inung. Eto ansan di angkara so marita si yo inu. Aka masyak mata mosu alana olana sa si yo inu. Imun bi mun ferai dikitia uni tetedif. Sa senu ka para so de chemical o marino o watatali no. Afamaminu. That's who I did the bandabu. Oh, Daddy, save from Corona, please. If you don't save me, now who go save me? Who go help me? Oh, Daddy, save me from Corona, please. Save me, now who go save me? Now who go help me?
My fellow Sierra Leoneans, this is the message we come up from the well-body people. Say make we prevent ourselves from this deadly virus. When a corona, we see I don't damage in other countries there. So do me fellow Sierra Leoneans there. When we say prevention, it's better than cure. Please.
Welcome to the second segment of the program. Let we Tap Corona Na Salone. Members say na Radio Mount Aureol-CTN na Frabe College. Na Freetown join hand with the partner radio station them for bring come this program to you. And na Foundation Hirondelle na Switzerland. They battle this program with funding from the H2H Network Fund and the Danish Refuges Council. For this edition, we will focus on why all man for the wear face masks for help tap corona sickness na the country. Me now na presenter Bintu Mansare. Now we listen to this message.
Mr. Conte, now so you picking the go school and not wear face mask?
Masks for waiting. You know say na school in the go? Wetin they do with face masks na school?
Aya, you know say corona not done yet na the country. And for make you picking go be safe na school and not get COVID-19, if for follow all thing where the well body master sabi people, don't tell we for do. Time like this, you know they trust nobody, even you yourself.
Na true Ben Lucy, especially so, we pikin them they come out from different home and community them.
Well, now for the teacher pikin na say, if I go to washing and fast with soap and clean water, and sir, enough for the touch or play with him paddy them na school. If I always the wear in face mask, so say it come back na us.
Fambul, unu member say, Corona not done yet so, the country still they get positive confirmed case them. So, make we not forget we pikin them where then they go na school, and the teacher them for make sure say, then they monitor and watch them pikin them so that they go always maintain social and physical distance. This message they come out from Radio Mount Aureol-CTN na PREVENTIVE College Freetown, in collaboration with Foundation Hirondelle na Switzerland, with funding from the H2H Network Fund and the Danish Refuges Council.
Inside the second segment of the program, we will hear you from the one them where they first for tap the corona sickness, na Kono, Kenima, and Bo. So make we start na Kono, beside Dr. Daniel Lavali, one of the medical superintendents na the Koidu Government Hospital, being talked to Matthew Roland Congo, where they work na the Eastern Community Radio, na Koidu City, but why we for the wear face masks, all the time na public place.
Face masks, you wear them for your own protection, not for any other thing. Even though yes, also again, for protect other people then. So like the rate at which people then they were, this time it was high in Akono, but like now, I don't know, we're not going to say that awareness, because people they all know say yes, the government they don't pass a law for say everybody for put a face mask. But still people they try for reluctant small, especially like when they they can only put her up like if they go in public places. Like especially like the hospital because it is mandatory. But like some enough to say yes for your own good if it was supposed for example. But like in a nutshell, it's a bit encouraging even though not 50%.
So why you think say it's really important for make people them go wear them face masks them one where then in public places them?
The face masks, how you for example, you know me say we do clean put on your face if for the day for the rest of the day. The face masks, they call them face masks, if you cover both your nose and your mouth. The reason why you don't see now, then side and day for cover, because when person was sneeze, we say it come out. Now from your nose. We've had it talk so, if I not begin you now, like high your hand in here, so like small pits go to church your hand. So therefore, when you put the face mask, if you cover both your mouth and your nose, you never just cover your chin. When that happen, it will help to protect you well one.
Anything that somebody need for observe why they use the face mask?
The face mask, you know me say one face mask for example 2 days, 3 days. No, for example because you self, you know what infect yourself. So because you know what infect yourself, you can change it as of when necessary. For the whole day, if you able to get like 4 face masks, it's fine. Where you come on us, where don't reach out, people that don't day. Sometimes other person who don't need talk. Please come on in months, they can't touch your face masks. You don't know, then your hand on pass day, then that your hand day, you take her now, you put her on your nose or any other side, you go get the virus. So therefore, like when you don't pass, you don't go to a crowded place, you don't meet up other people there, they don't talk to you. Sometimes don't send you put today unknowingly because it's not accidental, it's not intentional. And they expect you pull them, you wrap them fine, then put them on side. Since it's not cutting, you need for water. Then you wash your hand fine. Then you use the other new one back. We go other side back. Depend on the interaction, the number of people you come in contact with. Always make sure say yes, or get all of this at the back of your mind for say yes. Somebody go down send some saliva. Go down touch that face mask. And once about coronavirus, it can be outside for more than days before you die. So therefore, I expect you for the day, if you able to get at least 4 face masks, it's fine. Not for your own good, for your own safety. So you see, not for other person. You get for protect yourself, and then you protect the other person with it around you.
Doctor, if somebody like feel for the observe always you don't just explain say if you forget 4 face masks for the day and make sure say always you clean them up. If you let somebody fail for the good, always you don't just say. Somebody gets any other sickness where they catch up because of them, they fail for the go through the medical advice as they just talk to me so?
If you not clean your face mask dirty, definitely you prone for make you get what we call upper respiratory tract infection. Number one, despite the corona, because if your face mask dirty, it harbor a lot of dirty. Then dirty it serve as an irritant to you, because when you put on your nose, it will irritate you. Then it will make you get fresh cold. Normal fresh cold, you go to say we're not to corona. So you see that's why it will make you uncomfortable. And then also again, if you put them also again, you don't know what you don't come in contact. Then the thing always, you know, so the face mask they near your mouth. Then he did it for the whole day. Other to move on can they unknowingly to you, they must enter inside your mouth. And when enter inside your mouth, it make it result into what we call diarrhea, improper. So it causes a lot of uncomfortable things to you. So therefore, it's advisable to be frequently changing your face mask, because like this one, so I don't know, there is where I talk, it got for soap. That it will make you very uncomfortable. There's because you know they mark on in for beer. You go there for beer, say that you pose another disease for you. So in which is not good.
Waiting now, you word of caution to the one them will still make reluctance for wear the face mask.
The people them are they continue for talk to now. The face masks not for bluff, not for like how someone can say now. Someone say they wear the face masks now because you don't trust, you know, let they identify. Not for that reason, we make government say, or the well body people then say, all man put face masks in it. Now, though, we say people then boku. The face masks we use and two things it they help you from. One, it they help for let you not give other person what you get. Like when you don't so, if I talk, if I get corona, definitely I not go give. It go left back outside at the top. It left inside your marks. Likewise yourself, if you say get, it not go come to me. It left inside your mark. So therefore, what in face masks they do? Face mask, it help for prevent use yourself. Then it help for making protect the other person when they near you. So now two things face mask they do. Meaning you know they give person what you get. In back, you know they get what you get.
That's now Dr. Daniel Lavali, the medical superintendent na Koidu Government Hospital inside Kono District. From Kono, now we go Kenima inside the same eastern region for evaluating the district's COVID-19 emergency response center they do for promote face masks. For sake of that, and Rubatilo Francis, where they work na the Gola Agriculture Radio na Kenima, we talk to Uma Ovanji Kondovo, the Dikovac District's coordinator na Kenima.
The use of the cloth mask came about as a result of a recommendation from the WHO. We work alongside the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, where they don't see madam to we in charge of this response now we own the streets. As one of the recommendations, well, rightly as you don't point out, not to just one, we get things like regular washing of hands, we get things like the use of sanitizers, and we get something we get for those the use of the face mask or cloth mask. Why cloth mask? Well, based on the prescribed recommendation we come up from the WHO, we get the virus, the transfer from droplets. And this is a few of the major openings we get where easily with the access we drops and the commons that we body, that through the nostrils and the mouth. And then two openings, if somebody want cough, sometimes if somebody near you, it's easy for me if na piece or anything where you get common and drop. So that they call them droplets. Now because then droplets here now from we they get the disease, so they don't advise say more we use something way for the prevent then droplets and for me other person get contact with them. And one recommendation we do is use cloth mask. And for that we always advise say not to one area if you cover. If you cover both your nose and your mouth part. Because na the other part with the droplets and you come out. Na the other part is quick for me the virus we don't eat it touch other person.
So if you say the use of cloth masks is very enough for the fight against COVID-19?
Not enough, but very necessary. We have to be careful with the use of the word. I'll call it necessary because we not the medical practitioners. Now we think and they prescribe and recommend 9 and they tell we and 9 will they use for implement. If they don't say that's one of the things so for use and for doing. Now for that they even almost appeal to the general public say even if you know you get money, and say prevention is better than cure. The better you able to prevent yourself, it's better than where you will cure yourself tomorrow and buy. Because if the face mask now where they say use, You say, no, I don't use them. Me feel say, I just wash my hand. Who knows how regularly you go wash your hand where you know will touch your mouth, or how regular other person go pass near you, where you cough, you inhale. So the more one person use them, it will be the more people that decide for challenge the use of the face mask, the more it will become a challenging thing of the community. So that's why we always say everybody, unless the person will buy this idea and a big with a big 1,000 euros, 2,000 euros is enough for your own security, your protection, and your good health. It's a general appeal with it to almost everybody. Do you have the appeal to all man? The use of the face mask is a recommended version from the WHO, whether the World Body Organization of the world, where we Ministry of Health and Sanitation are part of them, and we all are part of WHO. Because as long as we get some people for those World Body one, and Ministry they in charge of our country, and that they all recommend say that's what we want to for use. Would appeal to everybody for use that. So
now I think the person not get money or not get access for get the cloth mask. What is that possible for do? What will be the other alternative? No. And now we get alternative for the use of the face mask. Now for that we don't make a regulation even. That the police they don't give them the authority say if person don't use this face mask, when I get the right for arresting people then and charge them to court. Then we charge you to court. The magistrate will now determine which level of punishment you will get. But it's whole regulation which has been approved. So I will only appeal to everybody, not go that far. Wherein the law will find you one thing. Because if it is the law, we don't announce them, government don't announce them, WHO don't announce them, for which because we want the concern of the health of general public. It's a general concern for we all. We just feel say we're ready for enforcement and for appeal. We enforcement one side with appeal. We don't want to buy somebody say, hey, 1,000 so they don't force me for do this. 1,000 euros. Even the other way you take now you don't really pass for most area is 2,000 or 3,000. Now only enough you get out with by going to say 1,000. But your health matters most via with the appeal. Benefit and serious. And then they go abide by that law. So besides the fact that the face mask or the cloth mask are one essential tool inside the fight against COVID-19. What would be the other step? We assume that the person not able to get this particular face mask yet, but then one for still continue in this preventive measure. What could be the other thing where the person need to do besides the face mask? Then the thing has the beginning. That's the stage one. You don't go class 6 if you don't go class 1. Use the face mask, which can only cost you 1,000. Or take a regular hand washing, which is the phase 2. If you get the money, use sanitizer. Somebody will use that almost regularly. If you get the money, go buy. But it's as expensive. If it's not expensive as this one with 1,000, then why can't you take the 1,000 euros? Which are the simplest way for do.
That's a Uma Ovandi Kondovo, the cover coordinator na Kenema district. For end the program, are they gonna bo inside the southern region? Usai Timothy Luceni, where they work na classic radio, been talk to David Fortune, the cover coordinator for both districts.
Well, it's important because one way for preventing self for get in contact with this disease. Now for continuously use with face masks. Now every public gathering because it helps us to prevent us. Because if we don't prevent yourself from it, the possibility that when you are in social gathering, there's likelihood that you will contact the disease, because when people they talk, it comes out with lots of things the way we say we eyes another see. Okay, droplets and we eyes another see, and therefore it can hang around in the air, and when you come, you inhale them. Eventually, there's likelihood that you will contact the disease. And that makes the use of face masks very, very important. And also it will prevent the hands and we almost touch all sides of the body, and any side we go, it will prevent we from touching the face, from touching the mouth, from touching the nose. Because if the hands not clean, you touch your face, your mouth, your nose, there's likelihood that you will contact the disease.
So now that you don't talk about the importance of the use of face mask, let me look at how possible for use face mask, because we see many people that they hang them, they put them on the neck. You as the district coordinator,
we don't see them in town. Of course, a lot of people they get the face masks, but it is wrongly used. The face mask not for decoration under your chin. The face mask for cover for the above the nose and below the chin. That's now the right way for wear the face mask, above the nose and below the chin. That's the correct way.
So let me look at the areas where somebody for the use face mask. Somebody will say, what in the also for use face mask, where the worker in the street are for use face mask, or what in a public gathering are for use face mask.
Well, some clarifications need to be done. If I be with my family at home, now we don't more than our house, and we continuously wash our hands. We look at pockets. We wash our hand at every moment. Then we get discussion where we go out, we wear with face masks, and when we come, we sanitize ourselves. If I did in my house and the relax, of course I can remove the mask. But the moment I don't move away from my house to the public sector, social gathering, it's compulsory for you to wear my mask. Now any social gathering is compulsory for me or for you for wear your mask and for wear them correctly. And even when you talk, because you don't say some people the way they talk, then they put down the mask, and when they don't talk, then replace them. It is wrong. It's wrong. Once you are in social gathering, you are in a meeting, you are in a church, you are in a mosque, you are in a supermarket, you are in a hospital, any side where people together, and marketplaces, it's compulsory for wear the face mask in a correct way. And the correct way, I don't talk them again and again. Now, it will be below the chin and above the nose. So, in every gathering, you will wear them. For instance, again, somebody will say, where are they inside my motorcar? Yes. If you're inside your motorcar and you want the inside your motorcar, of course, then you want the inside your motorcar, you're free for put down your mask. But if you're inside the motorcar with other people then, okay, different people then, you for put your face masks on. You for put them on. It's compulsory that we put them on. Once we are together with other people then, 2-3 people then, you for put on your face mask correctly.
So let me look at the compliance of people now, to be specific. Yeah. How do they comply with the use of face masks in public gatherings, mosques, now the ghettos, now the clubs? How really when they see them?
It's quite challenging. It's quite challenging. You could see people with masks, but for wearing properly, the proper way is a challenge. So for us at DICOVAC and at the command center, and most especially at the risk communication and social mobilization and the other pillars, we go continue for emphasize and for raise awareness to the community on the use of face masks and the importance of the use of face masks.
That's now David Fortune, DICOVAC coordinator for both districts. Now also we go tap this edition of the program. Now we Tap Corona Na Salone. Members say na Radio Mount Aureol-CTN at College. Na Freeton join hand with the radio station where they listen to so for bringing this program to you. And a Foundation Hirondelle na Switzerland, they battle this program with funding from the H2H Network Fund and the Danish Refuges Council. Thank you to our production team, assistant producer Victoria Musu Conte, producer Ahmed Musa, senior producer Musa Baisise, and the executive producer James Tambalebi. Until we meet again for the next edition, let me make sure say we dey do wetin the well body master sabi people them they say, for make we dey well face mask them all time na public place. Me na una presenter Bintu Mansare, they say tata.
For you. Corona, now they picking all they watch for. Let me tell you the truth. Mama, social distancing, all they keep us.